Just came back from a really interesting spiritual retreat in Bali over the weekend, where our spiritual teacher, through a series of meditative exercises, brought us back to our past lives to revisit our past life, and brought us to a few Hindu temples to receive energy. Just want to share some brief fun facts that happened during the trip and that I learned from the trip. Of course, following up from this video, I'll be creating a few other videos sharing in detail some of the more interesting experiences that happened during the trip. But here's just a brief one. So first thing was that this trip was really interesting in that all the participants who went had a certain past life affinity to this particular country, which was Bali. So the universe had it worked out such that, some of the participants who really wanted to go for the trip, but if they didn't have a past life affinity with the rest of the group and/or in this particular country, they just wouldn't be able to go for the trip. Like one of my friends really wanted to go, but because she just sent her passport to get a Japanese visa, and just so happened the passport didn't reach in her hands in time before the trip. Another friend just had a test that sprung up last minute that happened to fall on one of the dates of the trip, so she couldn't go as well. So really interesting. Another fun fact that I learned during the trip, which is in a way a pretty niche aspect of spirituality, is past life bad karma. So the teacher was sharing about how, a lot of times we face certain plateaus in our life. So she cited an example of like even bosses and entrepreneurs, sometimes, yes, they're successful, they have earned a certain level of wealth, but sometimes they reach a stage whereby, it just starts to feel like their wealth potential is plateauing. Their business potential is just at a cap. Despite them having the connections, the capabilities, the talents, they're still facing some form of a plateau. So she went on to explain about how a lot of times these plateaus face are a result of past life bad karma. So only when we clear it are we able to then break through from that plateau and move on to a higher level stage. So a lot of times that phase that we are plateauing, usually it's a little bit more tougher and smooth, is process where we are in a way paying off all this past life bad karma debt. So once we have paid off everything, then that's where we can start to move on to a higher level. So tons of interesting stories that happened during the trip I'll be sharing in my subsequent videos, so stay tuned to this channel.